All right, all us X-Men fans can't wait for this show. What can you tell us about your character?
My character, actually, strange enough, is the only mutant that hasn't existed in the comic books. He's a newly created character for the show. It's called Eclipse. His real name is Marcos Diaz, and he's a boy from Bogota in Colombia who lit up when he was younger. He can absorb and emit light, so he manipulates photons with his hands. He absorbs energy from the sun, and he can shoot it out in light form or fire form or heat and turn it into lasers. But he's been on the run for a very long time and comes across this lovely lady and a group of other mutants, and we try to save other mutants with an underground network that we create.
And I play Polaris, Lorna Dane, and she controls magnets, magnetism, electromagnetic fields. She can sort of fly. She's working on it based on, in the comics and the original mythologies, she was the daughter of Magneto, who's a very famous X-Men. And we're not sure where that lies with our story, but yeah.
And we are together in the show also, which is why we are here together doing an interview.
We're together in the show.
As a couple, you guys a couple on the show, or?
Yes, we are. Yes.
Watch out, mutant couple.
It's a dangerous concoction. Literal sparks fly. Yeah. You put fire and metal and all kinds of crazy things together.
You don't want to be around then when the sparks fly.
No.
It tends to be destructive, which is why you have to tune in and see how much we destroy.
That is a very good tease, I must say. So, what do you think fans can expect from this show? We hear it's very grounded. It deals with a lot of what we see in the X-Men movies is these kids have been ousted by their parents, so basically it's like a background of,
It is, and Emma's really smart in saying that it's like a street-level look at the X-Men world. It's not flying through the air and omnipotent, omnipowerful people with these suits on saving the world. It's normal people that haven't had a chance to do anything other than run because they're persecuted for something that isn't their fault. They're just born with the X gene, just like you're born with a certain shade of skin or a certain gender or a certain sex. And that's why this show might be really important or really enjoyable to watch. It's quite relevant.
I mean, going along those lines, it's set in a world similar to the world we live in today, where the people in power, the people who are supposed to be protecting the general populace, really have decided for themselves that laws and rules don't apply to everyone, which is really horrific, but it's relatable.
There's a lot of double standards and in the name of public safety, and quite often you can see in news currents and whatever else that certain demographics of the planet or the populace are pigeonholed into a certain way, and certain phrasing, certain terminology is used quite aggressively to certain people and not others, which is quite unfair, and you'll see a lot of that in our show. The attempt is the best of both worlds, right? You get the entertainment and you get the drama and the excitement of superpowers and the struggles of that, but also these are real people, ordinary people, as we say, in extraordinary situations, and they're humans. They're not aliens. They're not mutants even. So it should be really exciting.
And no fancy suits.
Not yet.
Not yet. Have they? Are you guys curious? Have you asked the writers, about the future, like where it's going to go? Are you going to have nice?
I ask every day. I want my bodysuit. I want it now. I want it fitted to me.
I wouldn't mind one day not wearing flannel shirts, but until then, I think I'm just going to stick to my welding gear.
All his clothes have holes in them.
Because I burn everything that I touch, so I'm covered in cigarette burns. But it'd be nice one day. We'll see. I mean, we might develop. Our powers are developing. We're just in the sort of like the start, the beginning of it all, and so they'll grow more powerful. Polaris will become more powerful as the show goes on.